Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are heading towards geography section of social science. Chapter number 1, Earth and the solar system. When I was at your age, being a student, I was very curious to know how my universe is and how does it work? How are the planets moving there, etc. I am sure all of you are also curious enough to know about it. So let us get started with our chapter.
Alright, when we look at the sky, we see different types of objects. During the day, we see the sun. At night, we see many shining objects into the sky like the stars, the moon, and the shooting stars. People always have a curiosity to look at the sky. All the objects like stars, planets, satellites, comets, asteroids, and meteoroids in the sky are called celestial or heavenly bodies, and these are collectively known as universe. Alright, let us know about the universe. The universe is vast and limitless. It is also called space. All the heavenly bodies as well as dust and gases found in the space are included in the universe. Nobody exactly knows how the universe was formed. Most astronomers think that universe started with a very big explosion called the Big Bang Theory about 13.7 billion years ago. Our universe has a large number of galaxies. Now what do we mean by galaxies? A galaxy is a group of billion of stars and clouds of dust and gases. The sun and the stars from our galaxy. The galaxy is also called Milky Way. Alright, moving forward to the twinkling in the sky. Twinkling celestial bodies having their own heat and light are called the stars. Stars are huge heavenly bodies made up of gases. They emit their own heat and light in the amount of big. What do we mean by emit? Emit means to pass on, to give out. They twinkle at night. They look very tiny because they are very far from us. Also, Sun is the largest star of our solar system. It looks big because it is very close comparatively to the other planets. The other star nearest to the Earth is Proxima Centauri. The celestials or the heavenly bodies are very far from each other. The distance between them cannot be measured in ordinary units. Therefore, the distance in space is measured in light years. That is, light year is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. The distance of this from the Earth, that is, Proxima from the Earth, is approximately 4.25 light years. When we watch the sky at night, we notice that different groups of stars form a various patterns. These groups of stars forming different patterns are called constellations. A group of 7 stars called Saptarishi or small bear. Also, the brightest star in the north is the pole star. It is also called the North Star. Its position is always fixed into the sky. The first 2 stars of the Saptarishi points towards the pole star. They are called pointer stars. Next, moving towards the solar system. The sun, the 8 planets with their satellites and some heavenly bodies like asteroids, meteoroids and comets form the solar system. The sun is the center of the solar system. The planets are celestial bodies that do not have their own heat and light. Also, they are spherical in shape. There are 8 planets in our solar system. According to their distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Scientists have categorized planets into 2 different groups, the inner planets and the outer planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. I repeat, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars are the inner planets. They are very close to the Sun. Comparatively, they are made of rocks and stones. That is why they are known as terrestrial planets. Next, the outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. They are made up of gases and they are known as gas giants and are known as outer planets. Now all the planets revolve around the Sun in the fixed paths called orbits. Most of them revolve from west to east. While revolving around the Sun, the planets also rotate on their own axis. Okay, let us move forward. Now, we should know that the Sun is the center of the solar system. The Sun is the largest member of the solar system too. All the planets, satellites, asteroids and comets revolve around it. It is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. It produces a lot of heat and light which is necessary for all the forms of life on the Earth. The surface temperature of the Sun is about 6000 Celsius. Yes, it is about 6000 Celsius. The Sun is also made up of hot gases. It keeps gravitational forces, all the members of the solar system together. All the planets and the satellites shine because they reflect sunlight. Okay, let us move forward. Now, we should know that the Sun is the center of the solar system. The Sun is the largest member of the solar system too. All the planets, satellites, asteroids and comets revolve around it. It is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. It produces a lot of heat and light which is necessary for all the forms of life on the Earth. The surface temperature of the Sun is about 6000 Celsius. Yes, it is about 6000 Celsius. The Sun is also made up of hot gases. It keeps gravitational forces, all the members of the solar system together. All the planets and the satellites shine because they reflect sunlight. After learning about our planet Earth, let us revise once again about all the rest planets which we are going to learn. Those are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Knowing about other planets, let us start with Mercury and Venus. Mercury, it is the closest planet to the Sun. It has no moon. During the day, the temperature of Mercury is about 427 Celsius and in night the temperature is minus 183 degree Celsius. It takes 88 days to complete one rotation around the Sun. It is named after Roman god Mercury. Next, Venus. It is the brightest and hottest planet of the solar system. It is named after Roman goddess of love and beauty. It is second planet from the Sun. The size is nearly equal to that of the Earth. Therefore, it is also known as Earth's twin. Next is Mars and Jupiter. Mars is planet next to the Earth in the solar system. It is named after Roman god. It is also known as red planet only because of presence of iron oxide on its surface that gives it a reddish appearance. Mars has two known moons, Photons and moons. Next is Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. A large part of it is made up of gaseous material. It is named after Roman god Jupiter. It has 66 known moons revolving around it. Therefore, it is also known as mini solar system. Next, we are going to learn about Saturn. Remaining three planets are Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. To start with Saturn, it is the most beautiful planet of our solar system. There are bright rings around the equator, which are made up of icy particles, dust and gases. Saturn has 62 known moons. Next is Uranus. It is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is named after Greek god of sky. Like Saturn, it also has rings around it. It has 27 known moons so far. It is also known as ice giant. And the last is Neptune. It is the eighth and the farthest planet from the Sun in the solar system. It is named after Roman god of sea. It is 17 times the masses of the Earth. Imagine how big it would be. It has 13 known moons. Next, we are going to learn about the satellites. The satellites are celestial or heavenly bodies that revolve around the planets. The word satellite means a companion. They are so called because they revolve around the planets. Companion means a partner. The satellites rotate on their own axis. The satellite moves around the planets from west to east. Today we know more than 160 satellites in our solar system. Mercury and Venus are the only planets that do not have any satellites. Like planets, satellites also do not have their own light. They shine because they reflect the light of the sun. Next, we are going to learn about the moon. The moon is the only natural satellite of our planet Earth. It is closest celestial body and it's about 400 kilometers away from the Earth. The moon appears to increase and decrease in size. It appears at different positions and different shapes at different times. These are also known as phases of the moon. Learning about phases of the moon as we discussed earlier. When the moon travels from new moon to the full moon phase, the visible portion increases. This is called waxing of the moon. When the moon journeys from full moon to the new moon phase, the visible portion decreases and the moon is said to be waning. Actually, the moon is constantly half bright and half dark, but the angle of view from the earth keeps on changing. Also, when the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth, we call it a new moon night or Amavasya. When the bright hemisphere of moon faces us, we call it a full moon night or Purnima. Coming towards asteroids. Asteroids are small planet-like heavenly bodies found in the solar system. They are very large pieces of rocks floating in the space. Most of them are located between Mars and Jupiter and is also known as the space which also covers it known as asteroid belt. Coming towards meteoroids in the night, we must have seen many bright streaks of light moving across the sky, which are known as meteoroids. They come at a very high speed, which are also known as shooting stars. When they hit Earth, they create large depressions known as craters. Meteoroids are small pieces of rock. The Earth's atmosphere, most of them both up and down, becomes gases. The crater at Arizona in the USA is the largest known craters in the world. Coming towards comets. Comets are celestial bodies made up of snow and rocky dust. They also revolve around the sun in their own orbit. The most famous comet is the Halley's Comet, which can be seen once in 76 years, and it was last seen in 1986.